Hey guys, Reese here from Share Party, and me and Shade have got a brand new review just for you guys, and it's probably one of the most oddest anime we've ever actually seen, and the ones we were most reluctant to finish. Now, if I just go to Shade here, Shade, get the fuck in here.
No, I don't wanna.
Get the fuck in here, come on.
I'm not reviewing this shit.
You're reviewing it, and you're gonna fucking like it.
You cannot fucking make me review this, Reese. I already had to watch it, that's enough.
I can make you. I can so make you.
Oh yeah? How?
I'll take away your Rayquaza.
You wouldn't dare.
You know I would.
You don't have the balls.
I have tons of balls. Pokeballs, and I can easily master all yours.
Damn it! Fine! Let's review the goddamn anime.
Well guys, this is recently My Sister is Unusual.
Please kill me now, it would save me the trouble.
Okay, so basically the story centers around the semi-love triangle, if you can call it that, between this stepbrother and stepsister. I think we don't really care not to remember their names, guys. Okay, apologies. But basically, it centers around their relationship, since it's now a stepbrother and stepsister in a brand new family, and there's complications, obviously. He's wanting to try and make it work, a bit reluctant though, and she just completely doesn't want anything to do with him. And they're left alone for a couple of weeks until their aunt kind of comes in and checks up on them. But basically, the parents are out of the picture, not because they're dead, they just went away. And they're stuck with each other. And she gets in some sort of accident, the sister, to the point where she gets to the hospital and she starts feeling these feelings for her brother. She hugs him and basically wants to do lovey-dovey stuff. But it's not actually her. You see, a ghost girl that died years ago that had such a huge love for her brother, where it broke the terms of family, is now haunting this girl, basically, and is trying to possess her to get with the stepbrother, thinking that's the same brother she has. Apparently it's this like childhood thing that he doesn't really remember what happened, but she knows him, he doesn't remember her, and she needs to possess the girl and lust for her, to the point where she developed a little gauge in this chastity belt that the stepsister is now wearing. And the gauge fills up with how much satisfaction this ghost girl has, and when it fills up completely, she can get back to heaven, because the more the gauge fills up, the smaller stairs to heaven occur, and that is basically how she's going to get in heaven and leave this girl be and let on with life. But the thing is, it's affecting her life, it's affecting her relationship with her friends, her brother, her brother's friends, and it all gets very complicated. And that's kind of the rough analysis of the story. And then by the end of the story, you get quite the big cop-out, and that's just really shit, because it shows that when that gauge is filled up, this is spoilers, we don't care anymore, this is spoilers, when that gauge is filled up, turns out there's a second floor to it, so you keep doing it, leaving us with basically blue balls, with blue, unsatisfied, hating balls, because it might show in the second season, but we're praying won't happen, please. And that's basically the story of Recently My Sister's Unusual, a rough brief. And what the fuck is basically what me and Shane have got to say about it. And it's just very, very, very weird. Like, I've watched weird animes, but this is like kind of uncomfortably weird borderline, and I've watched worse than this, but at the same time it kind of just gets to you. I find it hilarious, and Shane finds it painful. And that's kind of how we contrast animes. He'll overreact to the point where he'll piss off a bit in anime, but I'll just rip the piss out of it and make it hilarious to me. And we both feel that it's not a very good story. The characters are kind of a bit not really, but let's Shade get to that about the characters.
Now let's get one thing out of the way. While I think there are no good characters in the show, they're not all bad. At the very least, there are a few that are tolerable, at best. But those few just follow character tropes we've all seen before, so I'm not giving them any points for creativity. Now my main problem with the show is the three characters we have to focus on. First off, the sister is unlikable most of the time. She has an attitude that doesn't fit the tone of the show. Not to mention, even though he does nothing wrong most of the time, she never gives her brother a fucking break. Now the brother himself would be a fine character, if it weren't for the fact that later on in the show, his imagination becomes far too active. I mean, I'll give him credits, he doesn't know what's going on with his sister, and he's getting so much conflicting information, it's gotta be affecting him weirdly, but even then, There's a point when you know he's just thinking about it way too much. And lastly, there's the ghost. The ghost is fucking irritating. She is the main reason this show is unwatchable. If she wasn't there, this show would at least be salvageable. I mean, it wouldn't break any new grounds, but at the very least, I wouldn't cringe every time she's on screen. She's just way too inappropriate for the story matter, and I swear to God, any scene she is in just makes me want to immediately turn off the show and smack the creator with a fucking fish. I don't even have a fucking fish, but I will buy a fish just to smack him with it.
Now, to be honest, you have to give this anime one thing, and it's the fact that the animation is actually really good. Like, it's very smooth, very fluent, and it all actually works surprisingly well together, which kind of upstages everything else.
Not to mention all the colors they got going on, which at the very least look nice. Everything just looks nice, although I will tell them this, they need to work on their censoring.
Yeah, like, the censoring is, like, it is censored. We're not saying it isn't, but at the same time it's just, like, it's obnoxiously censored.
Also, I don't think we can call it censoring when you describe exactly what happens to us.
As if it's, like, some sort of, like, interactive novel of sorts.
I've read a few visual novels, and even they don't get that bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off track. Final thoughts, stay away from this. Don't go near it, don't look at it. If you see it in your store, burn it.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. Just make sure it burns and make sure it turns to ash.
This anime is not worth watching at all. I didn't even finish it. I had to have Reese describe the ending for me.
Oh, I loved your reaction.
It was god awful. Anyway, that's this review. I'm gonna go watch something that won't make me hate the universe.
To Bleach!
Okay, that's gonna make me hate the universe. Did you not hear what I just said?
Yes, I want you to burn the universe. Let's see how far we can push.
I'll see you guys next time.